how's it going? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're tuning in. I hope you're having an excellent day. Now, I am totally excited because I have in front of me a ton of Hostess Twinkies. Now, Hostess started making a variety of different kinds of Twinkies, and that seems to be kind of the trend nowadays, to branch out and make all kinds of flavors and everything. So I went to the store, I picked up one of every type of Twinkie I could find, and I want to give them a shot and let you guys know what I think. Mainly because right now they have these limited edition cotton candy Twinkies, and I also went to Walmart to pick up some deep fried Twinkies. So I'm totally looking forward to those. A couple of these were made with the baking preparation. I went ahead and heated up some oil, so these ones that are a little bit darker were made actually deep fried. So I want to compare those, see how they taste. All right, let's get this thing started. I'm gonna start off with the deep fried Twinkies because they are nice and warm, and that is exactly how you're supposed to enjoy these kinds of foods. So let's start off with the ones that I dipped in oil. No surprise there that these are delicious. If you look inside, it looks like it's a whole bunch of cream inside. Nice and melty. These came out of the oil just maybe 3 or 4 minutes ago, so they're still warm. Really crispy on the outside. Still nice and fluffy on the inside. Now these were frozen when I dropped them in the oil, and that cream on the inside is like, it is completely melted. Now this is absolutely reminiscent of something that you'd get at like a state fair or something. I can hear my heart crying out in terror at this. So super sweet, but with some added texture that just takes it a notch above the regular Twinkies. Man, if you have a deep fryer, you gotta try this. This is really, really amazing. I'm gonna give the deep fried Twinkies from the oil a nice 8 out of 10. All right, now these ones I prepared just with the baking instructions, a lot easier. So let's see if they're still worth it. Yeah, I still got that crisp outside. Not nearly as crisp as the deep fried, obviously. Still really melty on the inside. That cream is so sweet. It is exactly what you're expecting when you pick up a Twinkie. Not as much crunch on the outside, but otherwise they're almost identical to the ones that I dropped in oil. So this is totally worth it. It's reminiscent of like a really sweet funnel cake. It's got that smell too. Like this even smells like I'm walking past food stalls at my state fair. Not something to have every day, but maybe an indulgence to try every now and then. I'm gonna give those guys an 8 out of 10 as well. So delicious. Let's move on with the classic Twinkie. The ones that have been around forever. If you don't know what Twinkies are, first of all, where have you been? It's a sponge cake filled with nice, soft, kind of like a royal cream or a whipped cream on the inside. Very sweet filling. With that springy, spongy outside. I think everyone in America knows what a Twinkie tastes like. Just a hint of vanilla flavoring in there. Surprisingly nuanced for something that's so mainstream and something that people have had around for so long. So I'm gonna give that one, the classic, a good 6.5 out of 10. I think it's pretty dang good. Nothing super special, a little bit of vanilla flavor. Extremely sweet though. You gotta have a sweet tooth to enjoy these. All right, next up, I'm gonna try the cotton candy, the limited edition. Ones that you can get in the store right now, but I don't know how long they're gonna stay in the stores. This is the one that I'm super excited about. Cotton candy, again, brings up thoughts of State Fair, really like bad for you carnival food. Holy mackerel! That taste just smacks you in the mouth. It is so strong. It's kind of fruity. See, it's really, really bright, just radioactive pink. Oh man, really indistinct sweetness. This is so sweet, so over the top. I think it is a little bit too sweet for my taste. I'm gonna give these a 5 out of 10. Just too dang sweet. But it does have that cotton candy flavor. If you've had cotton candy flavored anything, that's basically what this tastes like. What comes to mind is blue cotton candy, which generally has like a raspberry flavor or something like that, which is a really weird flavor color combination, but there you go. Like I said, it's a little bit fruity, kind of tastes like some kind of berry flavored candy, but just way too sweet. No nuance on that at all. All right, next up, I had never seen these before, but just chocolate covered Twinkies. Now there are about 50% more calories in one of these than a regular Twinkie. So again, not something you should be indulging in every day, but maybe a treat to have every now and then. And if you take something that's good and cover it in chocolate, it's probably gonna be better. So the flavor is spot on. Got a really sweet milk chocolate coating on the outside. No snap to it though. It kind of tastes like maybe like a bit of a ganache, but it's almost rubbery on the outside. The texture is not entirely pleasant. So flavor is on point. I think that chocolate coating with the vanilla inside, again, chocolate and vanilla, great flavor combination, very classic. But the texture is just so off-putting. I'm gonna give these maybe a 4 or 5 out of 10. Not the best. Next up, I'm gonna try the chocolate Twinkies. Chocolate flavor, but no coating. So hopefully these will be a little bit better. Nice cream filling right there. Sponge is a little bit drier. That tends to happen when you add cocoa powder to something, so that's not entirely unexpected. And actually the chocolate on this is nice and mild. It's but it does come in with a little bit of bitterness, a little bit of sweetness, that great flavor combination that like pops in your mouth, you know, so good. And still a nice spongy texture. So it's got a nice chew to it. It's actually quite good. I'm gonna give these guys a 7 out of 10. Really, really good. All right, and lastly is the chocolate peanut butter. Now you guys know peanut butter is one of my favorite foods out there. So chocolate and peanut butter together, oh man, how can you go wrong? Well, I hope this isn't how you go wrong. The filling looks a little bit gummy. It's not the same fluffy texture. Now this is actually a nice reprieve in that the chocolate peanut butter Twinkie is not super sweet. Got a little bit of a peanut butter flavor in there. Again, not overpowering, but that chocolate peanut butter combination, so classic, very good. That same, like a little bit denser cake on the outside. I'm gonna give those guys a 7 out of 10 as well. Really good, really spot on. Of course, I might be a little bit biased because I do love my chocolate and peanut butter. Now I think those chocolate ones would have been a little bit better if I had some milk to go with it, or like to dip it in instead of just the water. All right, so you guys know I've got all this food in front of me. You know exactly what needs to happen next. So without further ado, let's start with these deep fried Twinkies and see how long it takes me to go through the rest of the Twinkies on this table. Let's get it started. These deep fried Twinkies are like the perfect balance of savory and sweet. So good. Everything else was a little bit too sweet, but these have the right balance. And they're still a little bit warm. Well, now is as good a time as any to remind you that YouTube channels run off of subscribers and likes. So if you do like this kind of content, and if you do feel so inclined, please give that subscribe button a click. Let me know that you like the content by hitting that like button. Now I'm gonna get back to eating a ton of friggin' Twinkies. Let's go. Gonna see if I can finish the rest of these. My stomach is getting real full. This is way too much sugar. It's all going to my head. Luckily, these last ones are the ones that were not quite so sweet, so I'm hoping that helps me out a little bit. I gotta say, even after doing an hour and a half of hard cardio this morning, that sugar is still just rushing to my head. Oh my gosh. I'll see if I can get the total nutrition facts. I am so sugar drunk. I'll see if I can get the total nutrition facts on the screen for you right now. Oh, that was insane. Alright guys, I hope you got a kick out of that video. If you want to follow me on my social media, you can find out what I'm going to be doing next, what kind of fitness shenanigans I'm up to. Links are down in the description. Whew. Now I think I'm going to fall into a diabetic coma. So, until next time, you guys peace out. Take it easy. "55 Hostess Twinkies is 54 Hostess Twinkies too many."